So, for brief two and my resubmission, I didn't really include health and proximity into my Fmod, which was a big letdown, which because it was a part of the brief and I just didn't really do it correctly. So, I'm going to show you the differences between my Fmods. So, um, this is my original left mod. I didn't. I added the proximity and health, but not the way you were supposed to originally do it. So here, I just added. Here, as you can see, I added proximity, but it was cow noises. It wasn't how it was meant to be. You don't have cows in Halo, and it was just added in. It wasn't added to a switch where normally, and the brief stated it should be like you could control the proximity by a switch, which I didn't do. I just included it, included the audios. So that was one downfall of this was that it wasn't the right proximity, and it wasn't done correctly. I also did add health, which is here. I added a heartbeat and a tinnitus ringing, which obviously again isn't added to a switch. All I did was use the automation. So um, this obviously affected my grade a lot because it did in the brief it physically stated that you needed to incorporate these, and that's what I didn't do. So I did then. So going on, I've moved on and I worked on this in Fmod, and this is my new worked on and improved piece. So in phase one, it's exactly the same um, as as the first Fmod. Um, you have nothing's the same, but when you go into phase two, which is here, um, I have added the proximity, which is here, and I've added and what how I did this was I got loads of Halo sound effects from YouTube, which be like gun noises, or a shield dropping, or anything like that. And I added loads of these into a randomization folder, and um, it will randomly pick a gun noise at any time now, whenever you move the proximity switch up. Um, then I well before moving on anyway, I also separated them. So each time here, so here it'll pick one, and then here it'll pick a different one, then here it'll pick a different one, and then here. So throughout this phase, you'd have different gun sounds or spaceship sounds. Variety. You have a variety, but it won't be just the same gunshot sound throughout. So I've changed it up so it'll change every couple of seconds. I was also debating whether to put the proximity in the first phase where you're just roaming around, everything's simple. But because of I thought if what I wanted to do is I wanted you to hear gunshots in the background, and whenever the proximity switch gets louder and it rises, then you basically hear hear some gunshots getting closer. But when you're roaming around, it's just more subtle. So I put it in section 2 where you see someone and someone's coming towards you. At that point they're going to be trying to be shooting at you, and everything rises and you'll be hearing more battles going on in the background. So I decided to put the variations of proximity in section 2. So I'll show you how those work. So as you could see, as I rose the proximity switch, the gunshots or whichever one it picks gets louder, and that means that the person's coming closer to you, um, and obviously as someone's coming closer to you and they're shooting, the gunshots are going to get louder. Going into phase 3, it's exactly the same as my original. I didn't change it. I've still got my variations here of the melody, and exactly the same for phase 2. I've still got my variations of the timpani and the bass. Um, so everything is the same there. Going into phase 4, this is where I have included the health. But this time again, I've done exactly the same as proximity, but I've added something slightly different. So here you will see we have a heartbeat and we have a tinnitus ringing, which include. So when you've got hit, you will basically this is what you'll be hearing. It'll be overpowering your head, and that was the kind of feel and mindset I'd kind of imagined. So we have the heartbeat here and the tinnitus. So what I did is I added those onto a switch, and I automated them. Um, so whenever you rise and make the switch get you like basically increase the switch, um, they will get louder. But I've also included on this one that the music fades out, which is here. Um, I wanted to I did this by adding a low pass filter. So whenever you put the health switch up, the music decreases, and basically the heartbeat and all like your health increases. So you're having a like it's switching. So basically, you had before you had the music overpowering, but now you have the health overpowering you, and this is what it's like. It's like a life or death situation. So I will show you that now. So yeah, that is basically the changes of how um from my first original Fmod to my second, of how I've changed the health, how I've changed the proximity, how I've actually done it to what the brief specifies. So yeah, that is the difference of how this is my resubmitted version of Fmod.